Hey everybody, it's Lizzie and welcome back to Lizzie Dust. So, I cannot stress the welcome back part enough because, it's been so long since my last video log and I'm terribly sorry for that. It's just that, I just finished my theater class and my first, somewhat legit university theater play that I'll probably share with you guys in a separate video log, in another video log. But for this video log, we are going to be talking about something close to heart and also related to Yamamoto Ike. That's why, I decided to shoot the intro beside him. But yes, so we are going to talk about a fandom very close to my heart. It's the fandom that started everything for me, and it is my 2.5D theater fandom. Yay! Okay, so without further ado, let's get to the video log. Okay, so a little background on what 2.5D theater is. 2.5D theater is basically a stage play or a musical that is based on anime, manga, or game. Yes. One of the most popular examples that I can probably give is Tennis no Oji-sama, musical Tennis no Oji-sama, and Hyper Projection and Geki Haikyuu, which I am trash for right now if it's not yet obvious. Yes, I am trash for Hyper Projection and Geki Haikyuu right now. Wait, what did I just press? Oh my gosh. No. Yes, I am trash for this now. Especially because, the Nekoma arc just ended and I am a big fan of Nekoma. And I am very happy. I actually love this cast. I could not have asked for a better cast. Yes, now moving on. I do not know how long 2.5D stage plays have been going on, but the oldest one that I recall watching was 1993. That was a Sailor Moon musical. It was Dark Kingdom Fukatsu. I'm not sure if that's the title, but it was in 1993. It was a Dark Kingdom arc. Oyama Anza was Sailor Moon here. Yes. If I remember rightly, that is the title, Dark Kingdom Fukatsu. I'm pretty sure about Anza Oyama being Sailor Moon that time, because she played the role until 1998. So yes. Moving on. I discovered this fandom. I was in 5th grade. It's been 8 years since then. I was in 5th grade. I was a huge fan of Prince of Tennis, the anime. And I immersed myself further into the fandom, into the franchise. And I discovered that it had a stage play. So curiosity took over and it started from there. Everything started from there. My love for J-pop, my love for Japanese culture began there. Oh my gosh. I seriously would have never discovered J-pop, I think, or I would have discovered J-pop late if I did not discover 2.5D, if I did not discover Tenemy, because the first J-pop song, I'm not sure if it's J-pop or J-rock, but I was in 5th grade, so everything was... Yes, that was my fetus stage, so I did not know. The first song that I recall listening to was Kato Kazuki's Vampire. I can still hear the song in my head, but I can never sing it. It's too fast. But yes, that was the first song, and it began from there. My whole fascination, my whole Japanese culture fascination began from there. Yes, so looking back again, it's been 8 years since then. Goodness gracious. Oh, it's been so long. So the first musical that I recall watching was the Imperial Match Hyote. That was... I'm not sure what year it was in, but it had second generation Segaku led by Yanagi Kotaro, who was Echizen Ryoma, and Shirota Yu, who was Tezuka Kunimitsu. Looking at it now, I feel so old. Because that was first season, and I went through second season, and now it has its third season and ninth generation Segaku. So I feel so old. I've gone through eight generations. Am I right? Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8, 9. Yes, I have gone through 8 generations. Why did I have to count that? Goodness gracious. I have gone through 8 generations of Segaku already. So old. And I found out that most of the new actors in the third season were the same age as me, and I was like, just finding out that Miura Hiroki, who played Keigo Atobe Keigo in the third season, was almost the same age as I am. I think he's even younger than me by 2 years or a year. Or maybe he's older by a year, but they're the same age as me. Give me a second. I'll search that up. Okay, I'm back. And yes, looking at his profile right now, yes, he is younger than me by 2 years. I feel so old. But yes, moving on. That I just find it so amusing that this is the fandom that I've been in for so long. This fandom is basically home. I called it home. This fandom is my home. I feel like this is the fandom that I cannot see myself leaving because it has started so many things for me. I'll get more into that later, but now I'm going to walk you guys through my favorite plays. I'm not sure if you guys are still familiar with some of them, but there are new plays, of course. Yes, I'm an old soul. So most of the plays here are somewhat old, if you consider it that. So yes, let's get started with this. So of course, the Imperial Match Hyote is one of my favorite plays, being my first. And then Absolute King Rikai, Treasure Match Shuten Hoji, Final Match Rikai, Dream Life 3rd, Dream Life 6th, and Dream Life 7th. Those are all under the first season of Tenemu. Now for second season Tenemu, there's Segaku vs. Hyote, Segaku vs. Rikai, Dream Life 2011, and Dream Life 2014. Fun fact, the last day of Dream Life 2014, the last day of second season Tenemu, happened on November 24, 2014, and that was my birthday. I remember when I found out about that, I was sad. I even told my younger cousin that I would cry during my birthday because, you know, I was celebrating, and the season that is closest to my heart is ending. I love second season Tenemu a lot. I mean, yes. I'm not sure if the Undokais qualify as a favorite play, but yes. I also love both Undokais. It's kind of amusing to see them play something else other than tennis. Okay, so next are Sailor Moon musicals. Now, I am a fan of the original Sailor Moon musical, the one that ran from 1993 to 2005. Now, the reason why I'm not that into the new Sailor Moon musical is because, well, it's not that I really don't like it. It's just that there's something in that musical that seems lacking. Yes, to me it's lacking something. But I did watch it, and pros to everybody in that musical because they did a great job, but to me it just lacks compared to the original musicals. So yes, we'll start with 1996 Sailor Stars. Oyama Anza is Sailor Moon here. Mochizuki Yuta is Tuxedo Kamen, if I remember correctly. Yes. 1998 A and then Tetsuka Teiban. This was the Anza Moon finale. The 2000 Transylvania no Mori. This was the first or the second musical in Miyuki Moon. 2001 Tanjo and Koko no Princess Black Lady. I think this is the first musical of Marina Moon. 2004 Kakyo Hikorin. I loved Kakyo Hikorin to bits. And 2004 Shin Kaguya Shima Densetsu. Yes. This was Shin Kaguya Shima Densetsu was, I think, Shirota Yu's last musical in Seramyu. Alright. Yes, it was his last Seramyu musical. Next, we have Ami Pro's Fushigi Yugi 2011. I think this was the first or the second Fushigi Yugi stage play that Ami Pro produced. No, wait, this was the second because the first one was in 2010 and that was Suzaku Hen. And then this is Seiryu Hen. I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure that this is the second musical. I mean, the second stage play. Because they just produced the first musical recently. Yes. And then Nel kept planning Fushigi Yugi 2015. A lot of people don't like this stage play, but I do. I love it to bits. Honestly, because you do not get to see the stage play in Tamahome's point of view. This was the first time. And I enjoyed watching it to bits. I loved how the whole musical was produced. The whole stage play, rather, was produced. I love it. And the cast as well. I love it. Next is Hyper Projection and Geki Haikyuu. I mentioned earlier that I am trash for this musical. For this stage play, I am very trash. And then next is Dance with Devils. If you guys watched my Dance with Devils review, you guys would know how much I love this musical to bits as well. It's getting a rerun. It starts on December 21st, I think. December 21st, 2016, I think. With cast changes. Why didn't I do a video log on that? But yes. Moving on to Live Spectacle Naruto. The original one. Not the rerun. The original one with Tsubasa Hattori as Shikamaru, Inami Anju as Yamanaka Ino. Am I right? Yes. I keep on forgetting things down. And then next is musical Kuroshitsuji, which I am also a trash for, especially since Noah's Ark Circus is, you know, going to come out next year. And I think I mentioned this in my cast reaction video, but I am a big fan of this arc and I'm so excited to see it, even if Matsui Sekiro was replaced by Shitara Ginga in the role of Doll. The reason is because his puberty started to hit him, and I think that was a wise decision on the part of the creative team, because if they pursue with Sekiro, they might end up with another Nayuta. And not that I did not like Nayuta's acting in the 2015 rerun, it's just that, you know, I think that they don't want to risk it anymore. Okay, moving on. Live Fantasy Fairy Tail. I am in love with Live Fantasy Fairy Tail. Like, legit. I am so in love with it. Especially Miyazaki Shudo, who played Natsu. Moving on. And Tokyo Ghoul. Butai Tokyo Ghoul. I didn't mention all of my favorites, because if I did, that would take so long, and I do not want to pull on another 30-minute video. But those are just some of them. So, the 2.5D theater fandom here in the Philippines, I'm pretty sure that it exists. I have a few friends who are in the fandom, but I'm not going to say much because I have already written in my outline that I cannot rant about this. Basically, there are a few fans that I talk to, but most of the time I just, closet myself because I feel like how I fangirl is very different, and how I understand this fandom is very different from what the other fans understand it, and it's very seldom that you find people who understand the fandom at your level, at my level of understanding, at least. Basically, I'll give you guys a background, but I will not rant. I promise that I will not rant. Much like LDH, I think if I did not mention this in my LDH video log, I'm mentioning it now. Much like in LDH, there are people who are seasonal fans. I am not saying that it's a bad thing to be a seasonal fan. It's just that, I'm not saying that there is also a proper way of fangirling. It's just that, from what I see, it's like they're making this whole thing into like, I'm a fan, so I'll create like a shit ton of I'll create like a ton of pages for these actors. Like, legit. I feel like they're basing this whole thing on the number of pages that you create for a certain actor, and I don't think that that's how this is. I'm very sorry, but I don't think that's how you prove that you're a fan, to be honest. I will not rant. I'm sorry. But yes, there are a few good fans, in my opinion, from my point of view. Of course, everybody is a good fan to some degree, yes. But there are just really a few fans that I talk to because I feel like they understand me, where I'm coming from. Because the problem with some of the fangirls here that is if you correct them, or if you're just trying to help them and it appears like you're attacking them in some way, they're going to call you an elitist. That is why I distance myself as much as possible from fans like that. There are some. I'm not kidding. Yes, but it's good to know in my 8 years that I'm not alone in the Philippines fangirling about 2.5D theater. Yes. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, 2.5D basically began a lot of things for me, and one of them is my passion for theater. I mentioned at the start of the video that I just recently finished my university theater play. I'm actually wearing a production shirt for that. I'm not sure if you guys see the name, but it says Collis Productions. That is the name of our production team, where I was an actor and part of the production staff as a makeup head. Yes. So yeah, I think that's something that every fandom is. Like, a fandom begins something for you, maybe a passion, something that you want to do in the long run, or like temporarily it gets you to do something. Yes, and I'm happy, to be honest, that I got into this fandom, that I got into theater because of a fandom that is very close to heart, because of a fandom that I love. This fandom is just so close to heart because of that. It's one thing to be able to watch something and understand it as it is, and it's another thing to understand it deeper. like in the point of view of the production team, in the point of view of the cast. I can't say a lot. I have a lot of thoughts, but they're all jumbled up in my head. But yes, 2.5D has inspired me to do theater, and it's something that I really, really want to do now. I'm thinking after college to take a crash course on theater. And right now, I've started auditioning for theater roles in the here in the Philippines. I just, haven't gotten to getting accepted, but yes, I'm getting there. I'm pretty sure I'm getting there. Whew. Yes, so I think that's it for this video log. A few last words. Find a fandom, or like get into a fandom that will inspire you, that will help you reach your goals, and it'll be easier for you to do everything in the process of it, because you're doing this because you're continuously being inspired by people that are in your fandom, that are, like for me, I'm continuously getting inspired by the actors who are working hard. And yes, so yeah, let your fandom inspire you, and it'll help you a lot. So yes, that is it for this edition of Lizzie Dust. I think this is going to be another 30-minute, but yes. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next video. This was Lizzie signing off. Bye bye!